Hi, this is Lisa D. Adams, your seesaw maven, and I am at it again. It's all about family today, you all about family. So today I have the pleasure and the honor of having my baby sister on here. Hey, baby sister. Hello, Marilyn.
Hey, sister, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
So
Happy.
tell everybody a little bit about you.
My name is Marilyn. I am Lisa's younger sister. I'm named after our aunts, Marilyn and Amelia, and that is my first and middle name, Marilyn Amelia. Um, I am mid 40s. Instead of giving my actual age, I reside in Columbus, Ohio, and right now I am a student of DeVry studying accounting.
Wonderful. And you're the grandmother of two beautiful babies.
Yes, I have two beautiful granddaughters, Tanila and Kyla, and they are 3 and 9 months, and they're keeping busy. They're busy girls.
Yes. So, Marilyn, in the midst of everything that's going on, we know it's a lot going on. What are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for? I'm grateful that even though our father has been incredibly ill with his own congestive heart failure, that he has not been affected, nor my mother, by the COVID. Even though it's been difficult to have some of the hospital visits, but they're still present. I can still hug him. I can still talk to him. I'm grateful for life in general. I try not to live on the side of negativity. So just being grateful to see another day and be in my rightful mind and not be a victim of circumstances, rather it's circumstances in my mind or circumstances created by the atmosphere or things just going on in the world. I am just try to live a life of gratitude and be grateful for all things and the smallest things. Just
Mm-hmm.
to see it and still find joy because the battlefield is in the mind and it's easy to get into that negative space and stay there and feel trapped there. And so before I even allow myself to get that, I try to have that focus on things that I can change and not the things that I can't.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. The battlefield of the mind is something else. It,
It is.
it is strong, and whatever you allow your mind to drift to, if it's on the negativity, then that's going to be a heavy burden.
It will. It will. And it affects other aspects of your life and not just your work life. I mean, your perspective on all things will start to change. And so even when the sun is shining, you'll only see the clouds or the rain or find something negative in the day. By consistently looking for things that are positive, it just kind of changed the perspective and outlook on different things. And so it becomes harder to be a victim of negative circumstances if you're focusing on positive.
Amen. I definitely agree with you. And sometimes we just like we were talking about your board over there, your board that talks about staying focused. And I think it's an affirmation board. Am I correct? It's
Yes,
that one. Yeah. And that's good to have. I know we sisters because I got man back there. Man is man is back there. But it's important that you speak positivity over your life.
absolutely.
It's important that you know that the sun is shining and you're celebrating those victory moments. Yeah,
Hmm.
everybody have a setback. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the victory moment. And then if I am going to talk about a setback, it's because I don't overcame the setback. And so now I'm just going to share it with someone just so that they can know too that they can overcome.
Absolutely. And then, earlier this year, I'll share that my personal story of I took a job as an implementation specialist working with someone who was incredibly negative. Like every day, it was it was a different type of negativity that became overpowering. And I watched my coworkers mentally and physically start to decline from dealing with this consistent negativity. And even though in the interview, when they asked me how I deal with negativity with positivity, it became to the point where I was just like, this person is bound to self-destruct and take everyone around her with her. And I had asked my coworkers to make that stand and not make it seem like that I'm just one person complaining, but that we all collectively kind of work on this positivity challenge and then address that issue. And they were so trapped in that negativity that it was too big of a task for them, and so I just kind of had to walk away. And most people don't think walking away from a job paying close to $60,000, $70,000 a year during the pandemic was a wise decision. But my mental health is so important, and I can't allow myself to be put in situations where someone else's negativity is projected on me. And it
Mhm.
goes, I won't even let you speak that over me. And that
Yeah,
thing that if that's how you feel about yourself, fine, so be it. But I won't even allow you to continue to speak your negativity over me because that's not the purpose in my life. God has so much more in me for me to offer before I even allow your words to even penetrate parts of my soul and atmosphere. So it was just time to just walk away.
yeah,
And it's just, even though it's a pandemic and the job market says that it's opening back up, it's not as much as you would think. But I'm truly trusting God that doors will open because my mind has been delivered from that captive of a mental negative place. So I can't see nothing but positivity because to be trapped in that type of negative spaces, it was creating misery, not for me, but I watched the people around me become incredibly miserable. And before I allowed it to be a part of me, I'd rather let the salary go because I believe in God, and that was just one door closing, only for more to be open.
amen. I mean, sometimes you have to do what's best for you. Everybody is not going to understand, but everybody does not have your walk. Your vision, God's plan is tailor made for you. So everyone else does, they don't have to understand. It may seem, you know, crazy to some and foolish, whatever the case may be. Okay, so be it. And my trust still lies where I trust. I still know God to do exceedingly and abundantly. And sometimes He moves us.
Yes, he does.
He moves us in different places. And sometimes He will allow us to get places and say, this is what you thought you wanted. See, I told you not to go here, but this is what you thought you wanted. So now I'm going to allow you to see it. But reality of it is, sometimes you have to learn to look beyond the money.
Yeah, yeah.
Look
And
beyond the money.
God even put me in like I don't even remember like having the formative thought of this day that I'm quitting. It was just kind of like we were on a conference call and we were starting to argue and it was just like something clicked and it was like, you know what, I'm done. I quit. And I've never just up and up quit a job like today, I'm done. But in that moment, in that space, in that negativity, and is this is this the type of career that I want where I have to argue with someone about what I know is right? I mean, ethically, it was a lot of issues that should be addressed anyways, but it how how is it American person in this country dealing with this mega Karen because that's what I'm gonna call her. She was just kind of like a mega Karen and having to deal with this type of negative energy day after day after day. And it just like kind of clicked. And before I can even stop myself, it was like God was like, "You done? I quit." And so as the formative is not to close the door, but to shut the door for me because I honestly had no intention of quitting that day. So it was just kind of like in that moment, I have to just trust God because it wasn't even myself that ended that position. It really wasn't something that I intended of doing. I was even shocked after I did it, like, wait a minute, what happened? This happened here. But it was a moment in God that was provided peace of this is not for you anymore. And I have to trust that. And as hard as it may seem with a blind future, I'm still having that trust God moment.
Yeah. And sometimes it's a testament of faith. And we have to, that's how we were raised to trust. So that's what you stand on. You stand on your faith. Again, others may not understand it. They may be in the silence. Why she do this? It's not for them, and we don't have to explain. Don't
Right.
give an explanation. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna stand and trust God in the midst of it all, while everything else is going on. I'm still going to hold on to my faith.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I'm not going to let you detour my faith. I'm going to hold on to my faith.
Yeah. Yeah. And every day I'm holding on to that faith. I'm sorry, my dog is begging. So it's just holding on and standing firm in that faith and living in that positive space of
Mm-hmm.
the best is yet to come, and speaking those affirmations to myself kind of every morning of staying focused,
Mm-hmm.
work on my spending habits, perfecting my craft, knowing my book of business, being able to be excellent in what I do, and live in that form of God's excellence that He provided over me. Just knowing that in today, it's going to be a great day. No matter what's going to happen today, it's going to be a great day. There's some type of silver lining in every day, whether it's I woke up this morning, whether it's I wasn't in a car accident, whether it's I don't have COVID or I haven't been affected by it, just being able to live in a space of there are better things to come than focus on the things that were negative in the past.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, y'all heard it from the baby sister today. The baby sister talked about in the midst of it all, how to remain focused, how to remain grateful, just for what we have, for what didn't happen to us.
Absolutely.
That's something powerful for what didn't happen to us. And we're moving forward as she started off. Our dad is in the hospital right now, but we're standing on our faith as
Absolutely.
as as we um as we speak right now. We're standing on our faith, and we're trusting God to be God and to do
Yeah,
what He would do
absolutely. Absolutely. His will be done in all things.
in all things. Yes, His will be done, and that's what we have to learn. His will be done. His will be done. And sometimes it's a hard will to accept, but His will be done. With that being said, if you have a testimony you would like to share with us, because let me tell you something. There is something powerful about testimonies. A testimony will help the next person get through some of the battlefield, that battlefield of the mind, the war that goes on back and forth. Your testimony gives others strength. See, people need to stop believing that they're all alone in what they go through and know that other people have experienced and they made it through. And you too can make it through, and you too can help someone else make it through. So if you have a testimony you would like to share, the information will be above. You can reach out to your girl. We can set it up, and you could come and share your testimony with us and help us change lives and continue to give hope. We're doing this up until the 31st. So you better come on in while you got a chance, okay? So until we meet again, this is Lisa D. Adams, your Seesaw Maven, and have a wonderful and powerful day. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to others. Say something good. Speak life over you. Love you. Talk to you soon.